Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, review!
Hello and welcome back to
The Zak
and Buzz
Review.
And today we are reviewing Heat 5 of Gladiators.
Yes, and it was
Another
really good one.
smasher.
Taking their levels up even more.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
we not only did Tina get so much into it, in fact, Tina said not only was it brilliant,
Yeah.
it really felt like it was Gladiators. Proper, true 90s style Gladiators.
Yeah, and of course we introduced somebody new
Yeah.
to the new season.
Yeah, because we had a house guest yesterday.
Fun fact.
Sarah, bless her. She came over, and after we had dinner, we watched Gladiators. And
She got very, very
she
into it.
was well into it. She loved the fact that the gladiators like Diamond were picking up the female contenders on their shoulders, and she was just totally. And in fact, what did she say? She said, "When I go home tomorrow morning, I'm going to watch
And that's
all the other
what
ones."
she's been watching.
That's what she's been doing this morning. She's been watching all the heats she's missed.
What I have to say about this episode, it does feel like they have got into the swing of things, and the banter has just kind of emerged between the contenders and the gladiators. Oh.
Yeah. As it, yeah, I mean, Legend is a legend. He's just so
He
funny.
wasn't in it that much.
No, but he was funny when he was.
Yeah.
You know, it's great. I'm just loving the way they are developing the characters. Anyway, let's go from the top. What did we have? We had...
Okay. Contender-wise,
we had Paul.
Paul?
And the other
Dev.
Dev. And Paul, I kind of backed Paul because he's 57. I'm 57, so I thought, yeah, I'm going to go
You could
for the older guy.
associate to his.
Yeah,
to
I
him.
thought he was like, yeah, go for it, because you know I'm really fed
And
up.
he did.
I'm really fed up with
Yeah.
people seeing signs that say, "Are you over 50? Why don't you try
More.
short lawn bowling
Lawn bowls.
and come to our tea afternoon?" For goodness sake, there's so many over 50s out there that hit the gym.
If you watch this morning, you can do sitting exercise.
Woohoo! Because I'm over 50. Yay! Anyway, so I was backing Paul. Although Dev, I mean, he was a wiry young lad.
Crikey, he was
much
so
power.
He was a rocket.
So much power in his calisthenics. And
We just called that handstands.
yeah, we just called that. That's brilliant. And there were some good jokes with Bradley and his.
That's what I was saying
son,
about the banter. It was like really good.
So they had the male contenders, and then we had the female contenders, which was
Tula
and
Betty.
And
Betty was the farmer, and she had some
bless her.
sass.
I love Betty, and it was like, come on, farm girl, you can do this. It was a real shame because she fell behind on the points.
Oh my god,
we'll
had
get to,
a 27-point deficit against Tula.
We'll get to the eliminator in a minute. But
Yeah.
so what did we have? We had the ring.
We had the ring, that was the start.
Power up. We had the.
That was the one where they were picking each other up.
Yeah. I was just going to go through the things.
Okay.
We had the ring. We
Ring.
had.
What's it called?
Oh, the swingy one.
Collision.
Collision.
The wall.
Wall. The one up on the
edge
and duel.
Classic.
Yes. So let's go back to the ring. It was really, the ladies. I think the ladies stood out on this particular heat. I mean, they were getting slam dunk left, right, and centre. It was really good tackles from the gladiators on that. And I think that the lady gladiators, especially, I kind of think Diamond and Sabre were both really into what they were doing in this heat. On the games they were playing. Yeah. And I just love the fact that Diamond picked her up, stuck her on the shoulder, and walked off with two. That's great. But then the men just could. When they said Nitro was coming out on the ring,
I think it was only Paul that actually managed to score.
He did. He managed to get to that. But the guys were just keeping them out.
But that was the thing. They were dwarfed.
Yeah.
They were dwarfed
how
by
big,
the
how big were the contenders? Like 5'4", 5'5"?
5'4" for Paul.
So for me and you, that's probably about this high compared to us.
Yeah.
So no. But no, really good. The one, the collision is not my favourite. Okay, I've got to say.
I much prefer actually when they're throwing a wrecking ball.
Yeah, I like that. It was called Wrecking Ball, wasn't it? I'm sure it was. And,
if you know, comment below.
Yeah, please add the comment if we've got that wrong. But I'm sure the original one was called Wrecking Ball. But yeah, it's kind of odd because you see the gladiators like, oh, I'll put the brakes on, coming back on, and go.
They're trying to time it. It kind of looks a bit kind of choppy.
But we had this situation of scissors. Yes.
Oh, the scissors.
The scissors. So Legend, bless him, got done for using scissors, and then Viper almost.
You know, it's actually a medical condition.
That I have
and I think that's very
microwave.
unfair that you're booing my
medical condition. That's hilarious.
That's just picking fun at it.
Oh
Brilliant.
man, he is a case.
And then they had the thing on Viper.
Yeah, and honestly, on the replay, I didn't think he had scissored. He kind of like got his legs over and then give him a shove.
I mean, to be honest, I don't see.
That was a good call, Rex.
I don't see the problem with the scissors.
Well, no,
because there's not much you can really do.
You've got to avoid. I mean, they're not allowed to really kick. They can just sort of push and waggle their legs a bit. It's a bit kind of. That's what I'm saying. Collision is kind of either it doesn't work very well, or when they take them out, it works really well. So you know, I don't.
And of course, we did have. I think everyone got pushed off, didn't they?
Yeah.
Dev got pushed off. That was like a clip I saw prior to the actual programme.
Yeah. Oh, spoilers. You saw that, did you?
It was on this morning.
Well,
that's why I brought it up earlier.
Oh, do you know, was that wasn't... Oh, was that the
That was
one?
when Apollo went on the TV.
Mr. Normal. Bless you, Apollo. But yeah,
he's tall.
He's tall and he looks so normal compared to all the other gladiators. He's like, yeah, I'm Apollo. Mr. Normal. Mr. Normal haircut.
We're not making fun of Apollo. We love Apollo.
Well, Apollo's great, but he just looks like Mr. Normal, yeah.
Anyway.
So on this show, because I saw him when he was on there, and they asked him loads of stuff about, I think it was rugby and NFL, American football.
Yeah.
I didn't really ask him any gladiator questions, and he'd been sitting there all
it's
morning.
all about personality.
Sitting there all morning in his gear, and it was like, I could have asked him a bit more about the actual series, but there you go. Anyway, so moving on, we had the collision. Yeah, that was good fun.
Yeah.
And then we got onto the edge, wasn't it?
We
had the wall.
It was the wall.
And at last, they got them by their straps.
Yeah, Paul got pulled off of the wall.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Well, they got them by their straps.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention, collision, one of the gladiators lost his shoe as well.
Yeah, yeah. Just going back to that, because that was pretty much the only one that had Viper in it this year.
This year?
This episode,
heat,
that was the word I was looking for.
Get so carried away.
So the skill, it said, was... His special ability was hypnosis.
Hypnosis. Oh yeah, they had some really good special abilities, didn't they, as well?
Fire has the wingspan of
the
giant
height
or something.
of giant. That's it.
Or was that steel?
Was there one that could lift so many watermelons or something?
100 watermelons or something.
I really like those. Anyway, so back to where we were on
the wall.
The wall, yeah. It got better.
Unfortunately, Sabre didn't catch.
Yeah.
Tula, I believe.
Yeah.
But
Tula got over. Yeah. But that's what I mean. Yeah, with Sabre, she's there. She's like playing the part at the bottom of the wall, taunting the contender. You know?
On the female contender side of things, it was like these earlier kind of matches, especially in the Edge, where Tula really got that advantage on the points, which ended up being a 27-point advantage.
Because on the Edge, she was against Fury, and Fury, I mean, you know. That's like Tina's favourite female gladiator because she says she looks so scary and she's a rugby player and it's like, boom, boom. That's what she does. But she went for it and she missed.
She fell off, unfortunately, whereas
spectacular
Sabre did actually get Betty off.
Yeah.
But Tula just kept going back and forth, and that really racked up so many points.
Oh, I forgot to mention on the was it on the
wall?
No, on the bridge one again, which I keep forgetting the name.
Collision.
Didn't Betty forget to take a ball with her or something?
Yeah, on the second one.
It's like, don't forget. I'm sure the ref was going, ball. She ran across. Anyway, so the Edge was great. Legend.
That's
again.
Always great.
Legend. I do like that one. Yeah, Legend up there was literally walking about.
Taunting Death.
Dev got two runs across before he got taken out. Spectacularly. Oh, and of course Betty had the bad fall, didn't she?
Yeah, that was kind of like the big shock.
Yeah, I think she went down. She literally kind of landed on her head.
Yeah,
and went down, which could have caused a neck injury. So.
That's the first kind of proper injury we've seen since episode 1.
Yeah, because that was Finlay.
With Finlay, but he managed to resist, and so did Betty.
Well, that's the thing, because obviously this is all pre-recorded, and we're watching it week on week.
Yeah,
you don't know how quickly they actually get to. They have to come back in the arena and do it again.
I wonder if they
do they get a day's break,
or do they do all of the contenders like on the one event at one point?
I think in the 90s, wouldn't it? They sort of try to get 2 episodes in one day or something like that. Yeah, recorded. I don't know exactly. If you know, tell us in
Again,
the comments.
comment below.
Because I don't know how they've got this new series set up exactly, so I don't know the type
It's in Sheffield.
Oh, it's in Sheffield. That's when
Most of the contenders seem to be from Sheffield.
Yeah, Paul was from Sheffield. So obviously they've got this period of time when they've completed and won their quarter final, but we don't know in real time how much rest time they get. And that's why I'm still backing Finley, although Dev now is looking, and I can't remember the chap's name for a couple of weeks ago. He was also very fast, but
it's all becoming a big red and blue blur.
Exactly. So I don't know if Finley has had a very big length of time for his knee to repair before having to do his quarter final. So we shall see what happens.
So that was the Edge.
And then
so we had Duel.
Duel, that's it.
So that was pretty good. Paul unfortunately fell onto the opponent's platform. And got ousted. Who was it that
It was Athena
really...
that got knocked off.
Yeah, Athena got knocked off by Tula. And Betty went for the low stance, and she really wanted to stay on there.
She was fighting for the 5 points. And she almost got disqualified because initially she wasn't hitting back. But
she did.
She did. And I think you've got to really... When you're watching an event like this, and I've done strongman events in when I was younger and things like that. When you're watching,
can you not tell?
When you're watching events, that's one thing. But when you're in them, and it's like when we've done martial art tournaments, where actually you're in there and you're fighting, the crowd in your head goes silent. You're totally focused on what you're doing, and the time that you have, and the duel's only a minute, isn't it?
I thought it was 30 seconds.
Is it? I thought it was crying. Well, anyway, is it 30 seconds?
30 seconds.
Wow. Yeah. So anyway,
it's a long time.
That time seems to go really slow when you're actually there. So I'm sure that when Betty was on that podium and she was trying to get that low stance, it seemed like she wasn't hitting back, but it just like it's because you're an observer of what's going on. And as she said when she came off, she was trying her best to hit back, but it just seemed there was a period that was almost
too long,
to the point of getting a whistle. But she stayed in there and she got it. She got her 5 points, and then it was the eliminator.
So
indeed.
So the big high point of this was obviously the females eliminator, because it seemed like a done deal that Tula, with a 27-point lead, which I think that equated to 13.5 seconds.
I mean, you'd expect it to be like...
And that's quite a lot.
You'd expect it to be almost at the cargo net by the time the second contender starts.
Yeah, and obviously Betty had suffered an injury. But she continued. But
they caught up. I mean, what would you say? I can't remember.
It was tight.
Tula didn't initially do too well on the rope, I don't think, climbing it.
No, but what I think clinched it was the trapeze.
The trapeze.
She flunked the trapeze, which allowed Betty to gain ground.
And then it really came down to the travelator, and of course she tripped on the travelator.
Yeah. I mean, that was the thing. But then Betty just threw past and took it.
She just dug her feet in
against all of the odds, which was fantastic.
I think when it comes to that travelator, and it must, I mean, we go to the gym, and we sometimes, when we're on a running machine, we'll stick the gradient up. And even a slow jog, as that gradient
gets that's
up,
like a 45 degrees.
As that gradient gets up, you just try it. If you haven't tried it, go to the gym, whack the gradient up on a treadmill, and then try running. Wow, it kills your legs, man.
And that's easier than a travelator in Gladiators.
When I see that travelator, I take my hat off to every contender, because
who goes for that.
That must be a killer.
Because on a running machine, you just keep up with it, whereas on that you have to actually overcome the incline as well.
And the initial fact that when you hit it, it's already running. When you're on a treadmill, it's not like you turn the treadmill on, get it up to speed, and then get on it. You start off from stop and get up to speed. So they got to hit that. And time it to get that speed and dig deep and bam, 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 bam.
And then Betty managed to clinch it.
I felt so sorry for Tula. I mean, she should have got it, and she probably thought when she started she had it in the bag, bless her.
She could because
she worked hard.
She could be one of the fastest contenders, so she does still have a chance.
She does, and that is kind of one of those ambiguous points that I think you'll all agree at the moment. Some of the contenders, when they have come second, have kind of stalled.
Which I think is going to be very crucial.
And then kind of even got to the top of the travelator and then hesitated before swinging, and all the seconds are ticking away. Yeah. So I can't really make. Can you make a call on who you think?
It's going to be anyone's
guess. I
have
no idea. Because it's not like there's a timer.
Because that's probably that means it's going to get to heat 7, and then based upon who the runners up were, that's going to be your heat 8.
That's the thing that's just sprung to mind. Again, I can't remember, on this one. Yeah. They don't have any on-screen timers, do they? But I'm sure in the original they did, didn't they? Again, if you remember, because I haven't gone and looked back, but you could see the amount of seconds it takes for the competitors to get through the eliminator, which means that you would get a visual of how
like a leaderboard.
Yeah, so you could see where the runners up were.
You just mentioned timers, and I immediately go to Ninja Warrior.
But at the moment, we just don't know.
No, we don't know.
So this
could be
interesting. So we've got. So to finish off, we've got Heat 6 next week, which will be the last of the quarterfinalists, won't it?
Be the last quarterfinalists?
Because then you've got the 2 best runners up.
Okay.
That gives us the 8 quarterfinalists.
You know what? I believe you.
I think that's it. I think that's how it was. Anyway, so one more next week, and then we should be into the quarterfinals.
Yeah. So you'd have.
Well, you've got a quarter. It's 4.
Yeah.
And you've got 8, and there's 2 against 2. There you go. Quarterfinals.
You know what? Fine. Okay, I believe you. If we got it completely wrong, then we'll do an extra episode.
No. That's how quarterfinals work. And then you'll be into whoever wins the quarterfinals. You'll get 4.
Yep.
And so 2 and 2 will be the semi-finals.
I wonder if there'll be a big grand prize.
Oh, I don't know, because I mean they had motorbikes, jeeps, all sorts in the last one.
Yeah, then they used to bring them in.
Yeah, I remember that poor girl. The one who really used to wear a headband. She was one of the contenders. Headband, really smiley, always laughing all the time. And I can't think of her name.
Back in the old days.
And she went off and she won Australian Gladiators.
Oh yeah,
the international one.
Yeah,
she won a Harley Davidson. But when she got back to the UK, they didn't ship it out because they said the shipping to get the Harley Davidsons back to the UK cost more than the bike did, so they recompensed her with money instead, so she never got a bike.
Oh, that's mean.
Anyway, fantastic heat. What I want to say before we go, all those people that are following us, thanks for following, thanks for subscribing and watching our reviews.
And commenting.
You guys are stars.
Yeah, we're making it for you, and we're glad you're enjoying it.
We are all Glad fans. We all love it, so thanks a lot, guys.
We'll see you in the next review.
Heat 6! Gladiators!
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and comment below any suggestions of further reviews you'd like to see.
Yeah!